Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm just going to cover a couple of things tonight. I wanted to do one more episode here in sunny San Diego before I finally just stop to do some recordings. I figured I am now 108, 157, so math is hard. I've had 2 beers. So, I think I'm 17 episodes ahead now. I think, because I just published 98 and this is going to be like 117. So no, 19 episodes ahead. So that actually helps out a lot. I don't want to say this is going to be the last episode I do this year. Let me just move my mic a little bit here. Sorry about that. It's not going to be the last episode I do this year, but I've mentioned this before. I have seriously got to get started on my Visual Studio 2019 one-day talk for VS Live Orlando, which I'm also going to be doing in Las Vegas in 2020. So having this backlog now is good, and that it's less pressure for me to continue to make content. And I just don't want to make it just to make it, but it's nice to have those in the can because that can free me up for other things I need to focus on. So that being said, there's a couple things I'm going to cover tonight. Well, there's 3 things I want to cover in this episode. The first one is the analyzer that I was working on with Rocky in the last episode, which honestly was quite awkward. Not with Rocky, but because I had to be off-centered and trying to type, it really did not work at all. I'm going to have to remember if I ever do that again, either have my setup completely the right way that it should be, or just don't do it at all, because it was just too awkward to get into a coding flow with just being that physically off. So my neck is like feeling weird. All right, and the lighting is kind of weird because it's nighttime now and the lighting is just not set up the best to give a bright shining view of my face. The thing I wanted to go through first is the analyzer I was working with Rocky on last night, and that was evaluate. What was that? Should have been called like evaluate. Where the heck is it? And I'm back. I don't know what happened. But I dug around a little bit and I finally got all the code updated locally. So that was a strange one. But anyway, so the thing I wanted to point out with this analyzer is when I wrote this, it's funny because the integration test worked originally, but when I started writing unit tests for it, I realized it failed. And it's because I did something completely stupid in my brain, or which translated to what I was doing in code. And that is, I'm looking for an attribute syntax, but then my brain switched into, well, I'm trying to find the data portal operation attribute, which obviously is tied to a method definition. So therefore, just look up and find the parent, which is completely stupid because this is going to find all attribute declarations in code. So that's I have to make sure that I'm actually trying to find the data portal operation attribute. If that's the attribute that I have, then yes, I can assume that there will be a method declaration syntax up somewhere up the parent tree, and then I can go off and do my code that way. So that was actually just kind of funny because I was writing this and my intention was right, but the implementation was completely incorrect. And this shows you that yes, you need to test your code. And it was just funny that when I did it in my integration test, it passed. The unit test failed. So always test your code. Always test your code. One more time, always test your code. Okay, that's just an absolute given. Okay, so in any event, that was the first thing I wanted to cover there. So I'm going to cross that off the list. Then there was an issue with FXCop Attributes. I was trying to bring them into my IronBefunge project, and I had actually to go into his docs because I'm like, what the heck did I do wrong? So let's do github.com and go into my issues, and I found out when I tried to add the FXCop Analyzers project to IronBefunge that this pattern here, the recursive pattern property pattern syntax, which is supposed to check for null, is not understood by this analyzer. So what happens is that the analyzer will say, well, you didn't check other to not be null, and so therefore this is an issue and this is a problem. Which I'm like, no, that's not correct. And they immediately picked up on this and said that yeah, it's got to be handled and added to this analyzer. So unfortunately, that means for editor config generator and IronBefunge and probably some other packages that I've updated already for C#8, having this in here doesn't make sense, because I could ignore this specific rule for now, but I just decided to back off on it until this is figured out, and hopefully it's something that they can address rather quickly. Yep. So that was the second thing I wanted to cover. The last one is like, I want to actually do something with IronBefunge. I have a bunch of issues out here because there are certain instructions that are part of the Befunge 98 specification that I have never addressed. Okay, so there's a couple of them in here that I want to, and I have milestones. Yeah, 2.1. And what is in 2.1? Yeah, that's the analyzers and update hash codes. I think, not the dumper. It's like the dumper. What was, optimize move. I think, okay, I'm not going to hit that. I realize in my tests that I actually have a, that actually only sparsely get out the values that I need, but I need to need to truly make sure that I'm doing this correctly, and I don't have the brain power to do that tonight, so I'm going to leave that off for now. But where's the Befunge file extensions? Yeah, we're going to plop this into labels, enhancement. Apparently it has to actually be B98, and we're going to add this to 2.1. Okay, and then if I come back to issues here, I'm going to do where there's a clear stack instruction. Let's put that one to 2.1 too, because that one seems like a fairly easy one to do. And we'll put that into 2.1 as well. Okay, I'll come back over here, and then there was another one in here that was like a swap instruction. Yeah, this one. Okay, so we'll put that to me, labels as an enhancement, and then milestones is 2.1. All right, so let's just tackle one and maybe two tonight of these. I think the first one that I want to do is the B98 ones, because the file extension thing is pretty simple. So we've got 11 here, so we're going to come into here and we're going to have a new branch, change file extensions, new branch. Yes. Okay. Publish that, and then let's come over here, and we actually have to jump into the IronBefunge project. I don't know if I don't know if I care if the file comes in and it is not a BF file extension. I don't know. I know in the host project here that have these files that are BF files, but I really don't know if I care if, like, the interpreter is saying it has to be of a B98 file. It just tries to start reading it as a text file. Okay, so does this mean that that's interesting. Is null. Is null. I'm surprised it doesn't pick that up. It should be showing as errors. Nullable is enable. Enable or enabled? Enable, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know why it's not picking those up, but I'm guessing that the file extension should also be B98. So what I want to do here is, let's just say, private const read only. You're an idiot, Jason. String extension, file extension is equal to dot B98. Okay, so we're going to say if file.extension does not equal interpreter, interpreter, we're going to throw an argument exception, not a null exception. We're going to just do an argument exception here and say, no, not toString. Oh my God, what is my problem here? Okay, let's actually do this. The file extension should be the interpreter file extension. Does it have the dot on it? I can't remember. I think it's just B98, if I remember right. It is file.extension. Name of file. Okay, and then over here we're going to do that. Same thing. Now, do I have tests around the interpreter? I don't remember if I do or not. Interpreter tests. I don't think that I actually have one that passes in a file. Okay, let's come here. We're going to change these all to B98s. Yes, I do. And I also have to remember to change yes. And then that is root. Yes, and then up here I want to change these to being update B98. There. Okay. So if my logic's correct, let's see what this does. Ooh. The file extension should be B98, it is BF. Yeah, I think there's a dot there. Yeah, what's it doing there? That is a file. Yeah, so it should be a dot B98. Okay. Okay, that's fine. There we go. So we're back to normal. Okay, good. Good. Now I really should. Let's see if I can get a test around the interpreter where I am actually giving a file. Let's see if I can figure that out. Public static void interpret program from file. Okay, so I'm going to say var file is equal to file right all lines async, because everything should be asynchronous. Async task. Okay, and then what is the simplest thing I could do? I think it's that. I think if I do something like use string, oops, no, that. But then if I just literally have a string that just says like boom, because that's the ending one if I remember right, that would be it. File right all lines, but you need the path. Okay, so what we're going to do is come back to interpreter, and we're going to make this a public constant because we need the file extension. And so what we're going to do is say GUID.new, come on, string, new GUID, wait, system, new GUID, to string and yeah, we want that like that, except this new wid, like that's a method. Yeah, I'm being an idiot. And then we want interpreter.file extension. That is the name of the file, and that is the contents. Okay, so what don't you like about that? Oh, is file just a void here? Yeah, okay, so what we want is the file name here. Okay. So let's see if we can do an introduce local. File name. Perfect, except you screwed up the... Okay. So we have the file name, we write out all the files. Now we need to have a try. Whoops. Finally. I know this is probably a little crappy here, but it's going to work. So we're going to say try. New interpreter. Var interpreter is equal to new interpreter of the file name. Why do I need a text reader and a text writer? What idiot did this? Fine, we'll just do that, except that the lines, it's not going to be the lines, it's going to be file name. And fine, we'll put the builder right here. My God. Why don't you like that as a file name? Oh, it's got to be a new file info given the file name. Okay. All right. So we're going to interpret that. But really, we don't care about interpreting. This is just to make sure with correct file extension. So this should be okay. And then we say file.delete file name. Let's see if that runs. Did it? What the heck? Oh, well, okay, but it's not an error. Run the test. Unexpected. What's the problem here? I'm going to clear all this. What's the problem? Specified argument was out of the range of valid values. What in the fresh hell are you talking about? Parameter name length. What? That doesn't make any sense. Five tests. Yeah, that is a bunch of crap. I have no idea why this is being so stupid. 2019. File, write all lines. You're just doing, you don't care about the encoding. You're giving in a interpreter is, that's a B98. So this is just saying it's a blit as a file name dot B98. So what's the problem? Oh, now you run. I'm going to break my nose. I'm pushing on it so hard right now. God, what in... I don't understand you. I really don't understand you. With incorrect file name. So in this case, we're going to hard code it to being .bf because that is incorrect. And so what should happen here now is assert that using var interpreter. I wonder if you can actually do this. No, you can't. Oh, wait a minute, I'm being stupid. You need to actually do that, right? Yeah, that does work because they would just basically put a blocker on it, and it's fine if you do it that way. So just that actually I like. That's kind of neat. Okay, so assert that throws type of argument exception. Okay. Let's run all of them. Boom. All right, we are done. We got that part done. So that was pretty good. So let's come over here and say for number 11, updated file extension support. Push. And come on, go. And then we're going to go to master. And then we're going to say from master, merge into the current branch. This one, merge it, push. And there we go. So everything's good. If I come back over to here, then I can delete the branch, delete it. Over here, I should have seen that here, and I did. Close it. Boom! That's one issue from IronBefunge gone. Okay, so if we come back over here, so yeah, so that's all that and that. So a swap instruction. So if you do a slash, it does a stack manipulation thingy. Well, what do I have in here? Because I got a sort of organization around instruction handlers. It's stack instruction handler. It is a type of stack instruction handler. It is totally a stack instruction handler. Wait a minute. I already have a swap? I have a swap. Well, that makes my life easier. Well, what do you know? I've already done this. Oh my God, this shows how terrible of a person I am right now. This has been sitting out there for almost 3 years, and I don't know when I got this done, but I did it at one point and I never tracked it. That is totally bad on me. Totally bad. Because I already have a swap. So it ensures that you have at least two pops A, pops B, then it pushes, yeah, because it does A, and then does B, because A is at the top, then B, so basically it puts A and then it puts B on top, yeah, so it switches them. Yeah, I already had this. Do I already have, speaking of which, do I have a clear stack instruction? It does not look like I have a clear stack instruction. So I'm going to go a little bit longer this episode because I think one of my previous ones. So in the average and the large, this will get, you know, clear it out. So yeah, I don't think, let me just do like a quick search here of a dot, of an N, current project. And I don't find any because that is again an N clear stack instruction. Okay, so let's add that in here. Internal const string clear instruction, and that is equal to an N. Okay. Oh, it's not a string, it's a char. Yep. So we're going to add that here. Stack instruction handler clear instruction. Okay. And so we need to have a handle private static void handle clear. Execution context. Okay. While context context values count is greater than 0. Well, does it have a like clear? Yeah, it does. Moves all objects. Well, jeez, that's like brutally simple. Just clear it out. That's an easy one to do. Okay, but I'm not calling it. So on handle. So in the case of a stack, whoop, nope, I saw that coming. Clear instruction. We do a handle clear with the context break. And we're done. It's that simple. Let's add a test here in my tests for instruction handlers, stack instruction handlers. Okay. Internal override, get expected handler instructions. So we should see a clear instruction, a duplicate instruction. Come on, would you go away? A pop instruction. Okay. Get handler type, handle duplicate, pop, swap with ending stack. Yeah, so all I need is here is a test that says public. Oh. Oh. You know what? I am too tired. What I should have done is put this all in a freaking branch. And I didn't. But you know what? That's okay. Because this, we're going to discard the changes on that. Okay. We're going to come into stack instruction handler. Because I am going to do it the right way. Copy all that, and there's probably a better way of doing this, but you know what, I'm just going to make myself suffer because I need to do it the right way. Okay, come back to here. This is number 13, so we're going to create a 13 add clear stack instruction. New branch, create the branch, publish. Alright, come back over here, grab this, do that. Take the stack instruction handler and put that in there. Yay, we're back to normal. Okay, so now we just need to go to my tests and my stack instruction handler and do what I was trying to do, which is this, that, clear, that, go away, that. Okay, so now that didn't take long at all. Test public static void handle clear. Okay, so let's just copy some code here and see what I do. List of cells. I'm going to make a clear instruction. We don't care about the stack count. Extract instruction handler. We're going to push 2 values on there. We don't care about this. What we care about is that the context values count is equal to 0. And I believe that that should be enough. And it is. Run all tests. And we have a winner. We have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, or whatever the phrase is. Cool. That's actually really awesome. So let's come back over here and say it's number 13, added instruction. Push. And then come back to master. And then let's merge into master. 13. Push. Oh dear God. I just realized something. Please tell me that I did it right. Okay, good. This is when if you're not on your game and you're not paying attention enough. Bad stuff. Bad stuff. Alright, so we can clear this one. And we are good. If I come back to my stack instruction handlers, I now have my clear instruction. Okay, cool. Come back here. This should all be with the stuff. Close the issue. So we're making some progress. You know, I don't know why, but this language is so much, to me, fun. I know that sounds stupid, but like compare instruction. What is a compare instruction? Yeah, like this. How am I going to do the double operation? If I come back over here, there's a quit instruction. Ends the entire program immediately as a return value of the function or the program. Kind of cool. So is there a reverse instruction? That's a turn instruction. Multiplies the IP's delta. I wonder, I remember I found the specification for IronBefunge. I don't remember if I actually included it. Yeah, I do. Because it's like, what in the world is instruction pointer? That's what IP stands for, instruction pointer. I copied this because I'm like, I'm going to lose this if I don't have it. You know what I should do is make the doc a markdown document and not have a docx here. But you know, whatever. This is just fun to me, and I've always found it so funny that if I come back over here, that calculates 100 digits of pi. I have no idea how. I've never actually gone through this to go, how is this actually doing 100 digits of pi? But it does, and it actually works. It's real. I should spend like an episode going through this and going, okay, how does this actually calculate 100 digits of pi? But it does. It's hilarious. So that's all the time I'm going to spend in this episode. I think this is a really good way to end up my San Diego set of FreeCodeSession episodes. I've had a good time here in San Diego. Tomorrow is a work day, so I'm going to be doing the billing for the client thing. And then Wednesday I have 2 sessions in the morning, and I finally head back home. So as much as I've enjoyed my vacation, I'm going to be happy to get back home and see my kids and my wife, and then I have to head to Chicago on Saturday for another VS Live. Thankfully, VS Live, there are no back-to-back weekends for VS Live next year. So that's all I'm going to do tonight. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.